life on the replay. Wish I could get a replay. Don't mean to hold ya, but I wanna do over. Gas up the ship, shoot me a text and let me know when it is time. I wanna get off, I wanna get off. 1 star, would not recommend that we go far from here. I wanna get off, I wanna get off.
A music podcast for the culture. Wild, wild thoughts.
Welcome to Wild Thoughts. We are here with another episode. This is the podcast for the culture, about the culture. Today we got Mars, F that B, Black Men in the House. We got V-Ray, we got Rex. Rex said he ain't feeling too well. We hope you feel better soon, Rex. That stuff is out there jumping on everybody. Man, we got a ton of stuff to talk about tonight. So many things going on. I feel like I probably forgot some things, and I'm sure they'll probably come up. But let's start with something nice and light.
Fuck Andrew Schultz.
Oh, yeah. Let's start with Doechie's Tiny Desk. Have you all got a chance to see Doechie's Tiny Desk?
Amazing.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I saw some clips from it and that Stephen Colbert performance.
That Stephen Colbert performance was insane with the hair
Yeah.
and them being all connected together and the choreography. Yeah.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna
Oh,
check.
oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's dope.
Check it out when you get a chance.
Okay.
Stephanie said I checked it out. That's actually when I first learned or heard of her. Yeah, she's a talent and a real artist, and it was refreshing and good to see an artist utilizing all aspects of artistry. And by that I mean like musically, she's taking chances. The rhyme scheme she used, she's taking chances. The way she does her choreography in her show is well thought out. Yeah, it's very well thought out, and it doesn't feel like some throwaway stuff. It feels like everything is deliberate. Even like not just the Stephen Colbert, but all the performances I've seen of her so far have had like a different kind of theme. It's not like she do the same thing every time. Even if it's something close, she tweaks it. Even the way she did her Tiny Desk was, different, like a different kind of energy than the other Tiny Desk. Watching her performance actually made me feel like I was back performing with Medusa. That's actually a good one-to-one comparison. Yeah, because Medusa back in the day used to have that same crazy energy and off the cuff on the stage. Everything felt like you didn't know what was happening and what was coming next. So I thought that was really, really dope. So
yeah, I think she's well-rounded, man. I was mentioning before that she, to me, reminds me of the artists from back in the days where they did the full on artist development, like with stage and how they rock their rock that and incorporate their interview skills and just their overall artist persona. She seems like she's hitting all those points, man.
What's interesting is that I listened to her album before watching the performance when it dropped, and I was feeling it, and then I skipped away from it. I watched the Tiny Desk. Loved the performance, made me go back to listen to the album, and I appreciate the album more.
Yeah.
As I shared earlier, she reminds me of Janelle Monáe when she first came out, the artistry and everything.
Yeah, live band. Yeah.
I think the one thing it's both a great thing is that for her to have this performance aspect down now, and she's still coming into her own. 2-3 years from now, she's gonna be a monster.
Yeah, like where she's starting at compared to so many other artists, like you said, performance-wise, concept-wise, she's so much farther ahead of the curve. I'll be really interested because I've seen her where she did a performance. She got a record with Katy Perry. And she did a record with Katy Perry and did a performance on, I think it was like the VMAs or one of those World MTV Awards, and she held her own. She didn't look like out of place. She didn't look like Katy Perry the star, and she actually looked like a bigger star than Katy Perry in that performance. So if I get a chance, watch the record with her and Katy Perry is a big pop record. So I'm like, oh, she actually got crossover appeal already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, another thing that I know it may be a little too optimistic in saying this, but it would be nice if her type of showmanship set a new bar, you know what I'm saying, for other rap acts to like, you know, feel the pressure to like step up their game, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen so many bad performances um, from the new rap acts, even on tours where they just come out and just say their rhymes. They don't really do shit, they interact very much with the audience, or they got their actual vocals, you know, they're rapping over their own vocal track and shit, you know, all that kind of stuff that was sacrilege to your craft, you know, back in the day. So I would love to see if that kind of started a trend toward back toward that type of showmanship. Whether the music, I agree with the music or not, you know what I mean, as far as liking it, just that kind of mentality from a show perspective, because the show is everything. If you can't kill it on the road, you know what I'm saying, on tour, on your own shit, like, bruh, what are we doing?
Yeah, and I think between her and Kendrick, though, I think you will get some people that they inspire. You know what I mean? Like to
Yeah,
kind
I'd love
of
to see it.
to that true artistry. Stephanie said, I think if she started rapping underground, battle rapping helped her to surpass not having artist development. But I think she had artist development stuff. Like watching her, she's
Yeah,
definitely had some development. I think that is a great boot camp for rappers and hip hop artists to really get into battle rapping. Yeah, I think that's a great, because like Kendrick was a big battle rapper back in the day. So I think that's a great start, but I also think TDE is really doing something in when it comes to artist development, because SZA
yeah,
was
the gimmick.
very, it was like a lot more artist developed when she came out. So I think TDE is actually still doing artist development. And that's why they winning the way they are, because the artists come out with a different kind of confidence, different kind of showmanship, you know, and I think that's big and it's huge. And shout out to TDE, I commend them for that, because I know how hard it is to get artists to give a damn about artist development these days. So
Yeah. And I was telling Rob, man, and this is me on my optimism shit again, but it would be great if the managerial thinking at places like TDE influenced other labels to like go back to that, you know what I'm saying? Go back to like um, more quality musical artists, you know, and not only the music itself, but the artists that they select, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like they just, whoever washes up on the shore, they'll put them in the studio, you
Yeah,
know, make a
I,
record out of this shit,
I
and put
think
more thought into that and the development of it, because those have to be rules that, you know, the minimum for an artist to even get a deal, I would think, you know. So I would, in a perfect world, like to see the labels be as influenced as the art, you know, by the other labels as the artists might be by the Doechis and the Kendricks of the world.
Mhm. Agreed,
That's I
agreed.
have a dream speech. Thank you. That's my
I,
TED talk.
you know, looking at TDE and what they've done over the past 15 years, they're definitely an anomaly,
yeah,
but
anomaly.
they've stayed true to who they are, and they know what works. You know, they're not trying to do something that is, you know, they're not. Yeah, the money's gonna come, but they're transparent with themselves and their artists, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I wish more labels were like that.
Yeah,
Agreed. Stephanie said, sorry, it used to be where artists with gimmicks were selected and far in between. Now the industry is overly saturated with, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, clicky artists and not true musicians per se. Well, I think a lot of it too is just, you know, we talk about this a lot. It's a matter of the way we experience music. What up, Ron? The way we experience music now, the way we consume music, the way we buy music, and the way we value that music, right? It also goes to the way you consume and value your artist. You're not going to value the artist the same if you only have to spend 99 cents or $10 to stream everything. You're not going to value the artist the same as when you had to go buy their CD and literally invest in the artist and have yourself invested in getting up, going to get the CD. I think the way we consume music has changed the way we even consume our artists and the way we care about our artists and the way we connect to the artists. Like, you know, you think about the days when we were coming up, you would go and girls would have posters of all their favorite artists all on the wall. Girls don't have posters on the wall anymore. They just kind of like watch it on YouTube or, you know, like their pictures on Instagram, but that's not the same as literally having a shrine to your favorite artist in your room. Because like when you have a shrine to like you're invested. Anything they drop, you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is also a piece of what you're dealing with. Is it's hard to be invested in an artist the same way because you're not literally investing in them and their music and in their careers the same way. Thought.
Yeah, and it's definitely too accessible. So you kind of can take the artist for granted, the artistry that goes into a record, because 5 minutes later there could be another one. And the other thing to me is that the metrics are what drives these label decisions and shit like that, a lot less than the music itself. So the artists that we are stuck with are the ones that got the likes and shit like that. Not as far as being trendy and glicky artists, as Steph says. You know what I'm saying? You are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So we tend to get probably a lesser quality because the bar is a little low as far as music, and much higher as far as who's trending, how many followers you got. Motherfucker got 2 million followers. Bam, you're a rapper. Like, am I? You know what I'm saying? And suddenly they got a record out and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot different metric.
Shannon said digital era kind of killed that. There aren't many magazines to pull. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like, it's not magazines to pull pictures from. It's like you don't have the source. You don't have that anticipation of an album coming out. A lot of times you don't have, because an album will come out and that same artist will put another album out, 4 or 5 months later. You know what I mean? Like, that was supposed to say gimmicky. Oh, okay.
I like glicky better. That's a new shit. Give me
your glicky ass in here.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, these kids they don't read magazines like how we used to.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why those publications have fallen by the wayside.
I used to love reading magazines. I had fucking Game Informer all over the house. Piles of magazines.
And the label credits and shit like that.
Oh,
it's part of the experience.
Bro, all that shit adds up, from just like behind the scenes, the credits and all that other stuff, and hang it up on your wall and still read the shit and listen to the shit at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the way we consume music, the way we consume entertainment, even the way we consume like going to the movies, we talked about that before. I remember when you had to go stand in line for the movie, you had to wait and you had to run in there and try to get a good seat. Now you can pick your seat, come late as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come in the middle of the movie, walking in front of everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? So even like the way we consume a lot of our media doesn't have any sense of urgency. The album on the first day doesn't have a sense of urgency because it's there to stream whenever you feel like picking up your phone. What's the difference in just picking up your phone and saying, "Oh, I'll listen to the new Snoop album," and saying the new Snoop album's coming out? Let me go to warehouse. Let me get the homies together. Let's make a trip of it. Let's go ride. Let's get it. Let's listen to it in the car on the way back to the house. Let's pull it out at the crib. Pull out the credits. Read it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game. Steph said, "Where's my autograph, Rex? She want her autograph for your."
I got you.
He say part 3 on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, available on YouTube. He said, she say part 3, starring Rex, starring young Rex.
I got you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sign two things that you want me to sign. I'll sign 2 things because I have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you.
That's code for titties. Everybody know Rex. Everybody knows him, Mr. Nasty.
Yeah, right.
Nasty, man. But yeah, so I do think the way we consume it, and there's too many different places, right? Like when you went to go buy a record, you knew where you was going to buy a record, and you know if that record was getting counted. Mars, when we talk about sound scan and all that, everything was kind of centralized to get counted. Now, if you listen to the Snoop album on Spotify, does that count as an album sale or does that count as just a stream? If you go listen to, if you watch the YouTube video versions of it, you know what I mean? Like it's too many ways to consume it to really understand the impact that your record is having. She said, "Don't tell me that this is a family show."
It was till Rex showed up.
Pull out a marker, holding it up. Just
digital casting couch.
Right. But yeah, so that's what I think, and that brings us to the next point. Let's talk about the Snoop Dogg Dr. Dre Missionary album. Let me get y'all initial thoughts first, and then we'll dive into all the nitty gritty of it, because I know Mars kind of want to talk about the business side of it too. So let's get y'all initial thoughts. Mars, talk to me.
Oh, as soon as I saw it and started listening to it, I was blowing y'all up. I was like, this shit is dope. Da da da, going through. Then I heard that one song,
Which one?
the Chains. What song was it? With 50 on it?
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke with Eminem.
Gunsmoke.
Yeah, Eminem and 50 Cent. Yeah.
Yeah, and that turned me off.
You didn't like that record?
Bruh. He
What?
went to Kendrick.
Who? Snoop?
No, 50.
So
I missed it. What'd he say?
He started off like the big step. He said big stepper, such and such, and then went into his verse. I was like, no, this motherfucker is not talking about Kendrick. And that shit turned me off. I haven't listened to the album since.
Oh my God, Mars.
damn, you a Kendrick ear lover, nigga. That's what you is. Okay, I got you. Anything, any slick shit about Kendrick from anybody's mouth, you own it. I got you. All right,
I
cool.
still didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either, so I'm kind of confusion, but it's all right. I got you.
All right, Rex, give me your thoughts on the album. What are some of
Fire,
the tracks for you?
Fire. I love it. Out the blue, nigga. That shit is fire, nigga. I don't know. I just love how Dre actually told this nigga, no, you're gonna rap.
Yeah.
You're gonna fucking rap, nigga. We're gonna hear you rap. We're not gonna hear none of that bullshit that you making. No. He actually got this nigga to rap. I'm actually hearing Snoop Dogg right now. I don't know what the fuck, but we hearing Snoop on this shit. This is Snoop. Yeah.
Stephanie said, I love most of the songs on the album. I really love Thank You. Thank You is hard.
Mm-hmm.
The lyrics and the music was well put together. What about you, V-Ray? What's your thoughts on the album?
Yeah, I like the whole record, man. I think the first couple of times I've listened to it, I didn't skip anything. It was just like I've just consumed the whole thing. I like a lot of the directions that they took with the different records. I mean, it still sounds like a West Coast record, but it don't sound like a carbon copy of the last,
the 90s or something. Yeah.
So I like the directions that they took and everything, but production's immaculate, of course, and just the song choices, the phrasing and the cadences and shit like that. I can tell they got the band back together on the pen, which is totally fine with me, because you get a different breed of Snoop when it's a collective like that. So I really appreciated it all.
My thoughts on the album, I like the musical choices and chances that they took. To your point, V-Ray, where you said it feels like a West Coast album, but it feels much bigger. It doesn't feel linear. Because you got records with Sting, you got records with Jelly Roll, you got the record with BJ the Chicago Kid. Like that intro, so clean. The Snoop Dogg Makes the World Go Round. I love how they opened the album with that. The Sticky Situation record to me is insane. Like, some of the standouts for me are Sticky Situation, Gunsmoke, Thank You, Out of the Blue. I think is a dope record. And that fucking Pressure record, I was like, they gotta do a remix with Busta Rhymes on that Pressure record, man.
Yeah,
because that sounded like it was tailor made for Busta Rhymes to rip that shit. Stephanie said, Out of the Blue was banging. The song with Sting was fire. Talking about the song with Sting, I think Snoop was trying to ride that fine line between his old audience and his y'all know me from Martha Stewart audience. And I think the Sting record was kind of the y'all know me from Martha Stewart audience, those corporate gigs where he gets $2 million to come in and do 3 songs. I think that song, the Jelly Roll song, and a couple of other ones, to me felt like that kind of, but it didn't feel contrived, it didn't feel fake, it just felt like it was part of the evolution. He actually performed that with Sting on the finale of The Voice. See, that's what I'm talking about. He performed it on the finale of The Voice last night. So that's what I mean by, like, that song is for the people who know him from The Voice. But then you get shit like Sticky Situation and Gunsmoke. That's for the people who know it for G Thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I think kind of write that fine line between the Voice crowd, because it's very corporate and he makes a ton of money there, and Jack in the Box crowd, and then his original G Thing crowd. And I think he did a great job of that tightrope. What do y'all think? How y'all think he did with the tightrope of trying to live in those two worlds?
No, I think he did an excellent job. Like again, it's like when I first listened to the album from start until midway, there wasn't one song that I found terrible. At the same time, it to Rex's point, it sounded like old focused Snoop. What we would expect from a follow up album from Doggy Style.
Yeah.
But again, once I got to that song with 50 and I realized what 50 was doing, it turned me off on the album.
Mm. Mars, I'm with you. This is Shannon Perkins. Mars, I'm with you. 50 has been sneaking Kendrick since the beginning of the battle. Him going on Andrew Schultz was the last straw for me.
50's just messy anyway, though, man. That's
that nigga.
He'll show up at everybody's fucking controversy and, you know what I'm saying, ease his way in. He's like an Al Sharpton motherfucker right about now. And shit
That
to me.
nigga 50 is the biggest troll of all trolls.
Yeah,
That's how you gotta look at it.
exactly the term.
He's just a fucking troll. Mars, he's just a troll, brother. That's
No.
all he is.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mars is number
he
one.
gonna always get into some shit because it's 50 Cent and he makes the shit funny. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
He
but
make me laugh on the shit. I laugh at this shit. This shit is funny.
at some point, it's like, nigga, act your age.
Yeah, but that's his brand, though. I mean, I think that's a clever way to like be relevant because you always show up and stick your nose in other motherfuckers' business and shit. So with that, he damn near won't ever go out of style because there's always going to be another controversy, and obviously the requirement is not there for the shit to have anything to do with him. You know what I mean? So,
and also I think it's more to it because I know y'all probably feel like he's going at Kendrick, but also him and Kendrick have a relationship. He put Kendrick on Power, so we don't know what the real dynamics are.
My nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, I heard a very funny story. Just a quick sidebar about 50 and how diabolical he is when you're in the battle with him. Actually, Cameron Diplomats and G Unit had a huge battle back in the day, but everybody's all grown. They cool now. So 50 was on the Cameron show, and Cameron was like, man, we were at a point where we were having beef inside of our crew and nobody knew it. He like, but I don't know how 50 found out. And he was like, 50 started inviting all the people I was beefing with to his show. Like all my boys was going to 50's show and he was filming it and putting the video out of all my homeboys from the Diplomats going to his show. He said the biggest one, he got Jim Jones to come to the show. And 50 said, hey man, let me tell you what I did. He said, I just said out loud, I don't really fuck with Cameron, but I fuck with Jim Jones. He said, now let me watch and see how he react. He said that when he reacted, he said, oh, he liked that. I can get him over here. I said, yeah, he's diabolical with his pettiness. I think he nailed it. I really had expectations after hearing him do the song last week that it was going to be some new Snoop music with him trying to sing on all these songs, but he definitely surprised me when he busted out old Snoop and got real gangster. He even talks about it in one of his songs that he ain't too far removed, so don't get it twisted. Yeah, I like the way he presented on this album because it didn't sound like an old nigga trying to still sound like he was in the streets, but it also didn't sound like he was an old nigga trying to be too modern. It's a very weird tightrope that he had to do, like we were talking about in regards to even when we were talking about the Ice Cube album.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Snoop just having Dre produce him probably helped him get to that space that he needed to be in.
Wait, do you know?
He sided with Drake. He's all about business, not necessarily loyalty. Yeah, but I think for 50, shit not serious. 50 don't take shit serious. You know what I mean? Like he don't take nothing serious. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's like that big of a deal to him. He just want to get in the mix because 50 feels good just to be in the mix. Like 50 feels good that we talking about him right now, and he ain't got a new record out.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait,
He ain't gotta do shit.
James, quick question for the Snoop album. Do you know the DLC was involved?
I didn't.
From the cadences and shit, man, you can tell that.
Oh, was he involved in the Snoop album?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty clear.
He was involved, and there's a dude. I want to say his name is Smitty that I met when we went down there because our horns played on the Compton album, and he was writing a lot of that stuff. Because if you listen to some of Snoop's flow,
he sounds like the DLC.
Yeah, no, but also he sounds like. If you go back and listen to that Compton album, the Dre flow from that Compton album, a lot of that is used on the Snoop album. The flow that Dre was using, whoever's writing Dre rhymes on the Compton, Straight Outta Compton soundtrack,
hmm
Whoever was writing a lot of Dre stuff, you could hear that same flow in Snoop's. But I think it's dope. Back to what Rex was saying, because you feel like we know Snoop been lazy for probably like the last 15 years when it comes to his verses.
Because he's been eating.
Because he write them himself.
Yeah, like super lazy. I think the last time when he had like a real hit was when Luck was writing him, when Bad Luck was hitting him, and that was that gangster loving. Every time I come around, shorty. That's the last time he had somebody else on his pen. But in between all that, I think a lot of, like you said, V-Ray, when Snoop just getting that right, he goes straight back to A, B, C, D, E, F.
Because he's Snoop. Like, who's gonna say something?
But it was funny. I was listening to Deep Cover, and I was like, I remember when Snoop used to really go hard rapping, like, because if you listen to Deep Cover, it ain't that same ABCD flow, right? Deep Cover flow was like a real, like,
it was going. He was
like
flowing. Everything
dramatic flow, yeah. And I was like, but I feel like they found a way to get him back to that without sounding like they just rehashing that flow. They got a way to get him back to like he was flipping them syllables and stuff. Like I thought it was pretty dope. I'm really proud of the album from the West. Shout out to our brother Focus who did some songs on that album. For those you don't know, Focus did Our Life on the Wild Bunch album. Focus gave us so many records, but he's part of Dr. Dre's camp, and he did a few of those records. One of the records I know for a fact that he did was Pressure. It was certain records, though, like I know Focus did that part.
Me too.
Focus did that
at least 4.
Yeah, yeah. So shout out to him for that. But yeah, straight up, man, I think it was a really good album. I think it's a continuation of what the West has needed. Like when we talk about Kendrick album, we talk about Doechii album, we talk about Snoop's album now. It's like the West is having a resurgence. Even Cube's to a lesser extent, because a lot of people do like that album.
Yeah.
A lot of people do like that Cube album.
Well, remember what I said before? It's like the music industry, like California is the state for music now.
Well, you know the funny thing is, Cameron said something that I hadn't thought about. He said, "Man, the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast," he said, when the West is on, the West ride together. The West ride for everybody in the West. He said the West be saying West Coast. He said we don't be on the East Coast talking about East Side, East Coast. He said we never rock like that because we more regional because they Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens. You know what I mean? But they like West Coast. They like nigga from Arizona all the way to Seattle.
Nigga, we all together.
Yeah, he said we never had that.
We are one, nigga.
Whenever the West is having a movement, it's hard to get in front of it because it's literally the whole West. So I was like, damn, I never thought about that, but just something to think about. But yeah, so that was a great pass to aux, man. Again, if y'all haven't had a chance, go listen to the Missionary album, go listen to Doechii's album, and I'm sure y'all listen to the Kendrick album, the GNX album.
Now, I'll say this. That was a very expensive album. The sampling, the production.
Talking about the Snoop album?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
The video.
Yeah, the mini movie. Y'all watch the mini movie?
That shit's funny as hell.
Yeah,
So,
mini movie. They like the Black Dexter. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
Now-
that shit's funny.
would you say that they spent between 25 and 30 million on that album?
Probably. Yeah,
25 and 30 million?
probably.
Yes.
With the rollout with the movie, because the movie probably was
With all that special effects and shit and all them bruh. All them niggas and
at
all
least
them
let's
out
say
there.
at least 10 to 15. At least
Right,
10.
10 to 15. Considering the sales, because when the album came out, I was expecting it to chart high.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect to see it. Was it like 38
Yeah.
and only 18,000 units?
Mm.
I didn't expect that, and that broke my heart a little.
Well,
Actually, broke my heart a lot.
I think that they're looking to make that money on the road, bro. I mean, record sales ain't never been what they used to be and shit. And unfortunately, Snoop he's a legend, but he's you know, you have to become a legend. You have to have been out a long ass time and shit. So you know what I'm saying? The actual consumers are a younger crowd for younger music. These niggas that's are old enough to appreciate this album, you know, I don't know if they're gonna spend the money on the record, but I bet you when he go on the road and shit, especially if he goes outside the United States,
Right.
they're gonna clean up on that shit. Dre probably do some of them dates too. I mean, the big dates, they're gonna make a killing, bro. 15 million, they make that shit in the first 3 months.
Well, and even more than that, they'll make it on like I said, he was just on The Voice the other night. You know what I'm saying? Like how Stephen's like that. He's gonna be, their money is gonna come from different spaces. He said he just got $4 million from Jack in the Box to do a commercial.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? So this album is gonna move in corporate spaces for them that it wouldn't for another artist. So I don't think they necessarily care about like V-Ray said the album sales. I think this is gonna move in different spaces for them.
Yeah, it's product placement, and the product is Snoop, not the album.
Right. So this is more of a business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like I said, you hear that song with Sting, that shit's gonna be like, I was listening, I'm like, this song is gonna be in a lot of movies. You know what I mean? Like this song is gonna be
hella commercial.
With old boy Tom Petty. That's a cool joint to me.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah. So same possibilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they looking at sync fees and corporate shit, and you know, selling their gin and juice. Which is
right. All of that.
I mean,
I heard that shit is nasty, but yeah.
So you think
if the nigga smart, they gave out points, for those Tom Petty licenses and those Sting licenses and shit like that, versus just paying outright, lease master fees and shit like that. And expenses around.
Gotcha.
I would.
Gotcha.
And next, hold on. Stephanie said, yes, because Snoop is all over the place. Every other commercial, like he's on T-Mobile, he's on like everything, like anything you can think of. Snoop is a Corona, any brand, like he's in all
niggas on Twitch. There's niggas everywhere.
I think outside of Michael Jackson, I think Snoop is the most recognizable star in the world.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Which is
we don't give record sales,
But that's the thing. It's like he's the most recognized artist in the world, which is why it's still mind-boggling to me that the sales were that low.
Well, I think that go back to what we were talking about earlier too, though. Mars, the way people consume it. How were they consuming it? Were they consuming it by buying it, or were they consuming it by watching on YouTube? Were they consuming it by listening on YouTube Music or Spotify or Apple? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think
they got access to it.
Yeah, I don't think the sales is an indication of the people who listen in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Some Spotify reports.
And he just did Amazon too. Yeah, he just did an Amazon show on
Oh, he did?
Prime. Yeah, Snoop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Snoop did some Amazon shit. It was pretty good.
Yeah. So I think that's less of an indictment of what the record is doing and more of a snapshot of, like V-Ray said, the youngsters who actually buy records and who consuming it, and who the audience is and where they are. Said, even though he is the most recognized in the world, they might not necessarily love him because of his music, but they love him from other arenas. He's in addition to his relationship with Martha Stewart. Martha is like the white Oprah Winfrey. Exactly. And that's why I said I know some of these songs, they feeding the Martha Stewart crowd, which is very smart. You know what I mean? Like that shit is gonna live in a different place, I guarantee it.
Damn, so we about to have like old white ladies listening to Snoop in the grocery store.
Absolutely.
Go to the album. I mean, go to the concert.
It already been happening. It's just gonna be a little more,
So we're gonna have like some little white lady coming to me like, "Hey, what's up, D-O double G?" Like, what?
What's up, my Dizzle? Oh.
Parking lot gonna be full of handicap parking decals and shit.
She gonna be looking at Rex like, "You looking for a sugar mama, baby? You can sign these saggies."
Sag after us.
Oh no, I don't want these saggy puppies. No, thank you.
Yeah, man. So now let's get to it. The Jaguar right of it all.
Fuck that bitch.
Where's all the Jaguar right people who was like, she was right the whole time? Now she is backtracking, removing videos, having business history, talking about I ain't say none of that stuff about. I'm like, first of all, almost 60% of your content, no matter who you was talking about, somehow you get it towards Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to expose that nigga.
And I think Jay was trying to give her a pass. I mean, me and V-Ray talked about this a while ago. I was like, I think Jay probably was just like, yo, she going through a lot. It's not a big deal. Let's try to give her a pass. But then when they start putting her on national TV, when she got on Piers Morgan, I think she probably got on the wrong radar. And then coupled with this accusation and then her trying to jump on it like, I told you guys, Jay-Z was at the VMAs and he had 58 sex slaves like Jabba the Hutt underground. Like other stories. So all the people who came out backing her, what do y'all have to say now? Now I was holding my response on the whole Jay-Z thing because, like I said when we talked about it last week, I was like the whole shit sounded fishy. Jump, like the way it was presented, the way Jay responded, and the way he kept responding because he kept going at his lawyer. Like he was like. He took it personal. Like whatever that lawyer did, he took it personal. So, I don't know if y'all know, but the case is basically falling apart already. And I'll give y'all a few instances of why the case is falling apart. I think the biggest mistake the lawyer made was letting her go on ABC and do an interview, even if it was an anonymous interview and she was covered. So in that interview, she said she spoke with Benji Madden from Good Charlotte, right? That was a band, the Twins. Yeah, so she said she talked to Benji Madden that night of the VMAs. The test determines
about his tattoos and some shit.
Yeah, that was a lie because he was on tour in the Midwest at the time, and they have proof. She said Jay-Z and Diddy was at a house party in Manhattan with a big roundabout driveway and columns. And they like, there's no houses in Manhattan, as you know, Mars. There's no houses in Manhattan with a parking lot and a roundabout and columns, like looking like the old school Dynasty house. That did not happen. Then that same night, Jay-Z was photographed going into a club called Lotus, and Puffy was autographed going somewhere else as well. She said she misremembered. That's more than misremembering. And then she said her dad drove 5 hours to pick her up and take her back home. And the dad said he does not recall that. First of all, any of us that's parents on this call know if we had to drive 5 hours to pick our child up, that is some shit we ain't never gonna forget.
Yeah.
So he trying not to call his daughter an outright lie. I see what I get it, bro. I get it. You ain't trying to pile on. It's not looking good. The whole shit fell apart. What are y'all thoughts on all the new uncovered evidence?
Well, to me, as when the interview was nail in the coffin to me, man. It was like she ruined her own credibility. I mean, not that it was credible to begin with. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying you're gonna go out on a limb and go like it's like taking a stand in your own defense and against your attorney's advice to go and do some shit like that and just incriminate yourself. It's like you fucked up a plot that was already fucked up to begin with.
Right. Hold on. Shannon said, don't forget she stated she stood outside and looked at the awards on the Jumbotron. They didn't even have a Jumbotron at that time. This whole shit is but it's also scary because look how she just made it up and it became a real case. It was really in the news.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's scary.
And this attorney Busby, he's the one that brought the initial case against Puffy.
Yeah. No, he's not the one who brought the initial case. I think they said he just started connecting.
Yeah, he just added
a bunch of cases. Yeah, he just started adding on like, oh, you too, them too.
Wow.
Yeah, but he has a reputation of being what they call an ambulance chaser.
Yeah.
And like if you're rich enough and someone's saying, "Okay, we'll go away if you pay us like $100,000." Like, that's
Yeah,
like quartered or something. So
because
like,
a lot of people just say like I'd rather not even have my name in that stuff. Period. Right.
mhm.
So they just like I'll pay $100,000 just for you to leave me alone. But Jay was like, hell no. And it was good that it was Jay, one of the biggest artists, to do it and to
Right.
come out and be like, nope, you gonna prove it. And if you think I actually did this, call the police. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he was like, make it a criminal case, not
Yeah,
not.
make it. If you think I really did this, make it a criminal case.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I'm
um,
I'm happy that it was proven to be false, because if there was any hint of truth to it, I would have been fucked up.
and you know what's crazy? Also, I don't know if y'all saw. Uh, Will Smith was at a show, a live show, and he was like, I be seeing all the memes y'all making, and I get it, but no, I didn't fuck with Diddy like that. I wasn't a part of none of that shit. And then Jay-Z lawyer came out and was like, Jay and Diddy are not friends. People are really distancing themselves from Diddy.
Hmm.
And of course I get it, because no matter how cool you are with him, after you see that Cassie video, I'm sure you feel some kind of way. You know what I mean? Like
I
after you
still
saw
want to
that,
whoop his ass.
yeah, like after you saw that, you probably like, oh damn, man, like
Yeah,
I can't excuse none of that.
none
You
of
know what I
that.
mean?
You
Like,
need your ass whooped, nigga.
yeah. So I get why people are really truly distancing themselves. I don't feel like it's a, how people try to, you try to kick a black man while he's down. Like, no, because he kicked the black
No.
woman while she was down. Like,
Yeah,
so
literally
you can't use that here. You can't
in
use
the
that
towel.
in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga guilty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man. It was interesting to see literally in a matter of a week, because we were just here last Wednesday talking about let's see how this unfolds, how fast that whole thing fell apart, and how bad it is. Now, something I want to talk about. It kind of pissed me off. I guess it's because I got daughters. People was talking shit about Blue Ivy at the Mufasa premiere, talking about her dress was too adult and just going in on her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the picture up. I thought the dress was beautiful. I thought it was elegant. I thought she was carrying herself in a way you would carry yourself on a red
Right.
carpet. Especially, Mufasa, to that extent, it's some real black African shit. So I'll put the picture up and we'll discuss it. But like I said, I thought she looked beautiful, and I thought she was carrying herself in a very demure way, as they say. And we'll discuss it. So this is the dress she had on. And everybody's like, that's too adult for her. I'm like, she's literally only showing her shoulders. But let me see what y'all think and what y'all think in the comments. Oh, well, let me read Stephanie's comment for more. It just shows the show even more how people are so quick and willing to believe all the bad things they hear and don't even want to hear the truth because it gives them something to talk about. Many of them will talk as if they have close personal relationships with these people, getting into arguments and everything, and be dead ass wrong like two left shoes. Okay, Shannon said she's only 12. Yeah, but I've seen this kind of dress used at all kind of debutante balls and Jack and Jills for girls that age. I don't know. I don't know what y'all think.
I mean, I see these type of dresses at quinceañeras and all type of shit, so I don't know. So it looked good. I mean, she looked beautiful to me. I don't
And
know.
I'll say two things. I'm like, if her parents signed off on it, her parents signed off on it. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna tell someone's kid what they can wear and what they can't. Number two, if I'm a 12-year-old boy and I'm going to look at her and I'm kissing her, I'm seeing her father's lips. I'm fucked up.
What the hell?
For real. Nah, but she's 12. I mean, shit. She can wear that shit. Yeah, that shit looks expensive, but she can wear it. She's in a different bracket.
I said, but does she look like a 12-year-old? Well, Shannon, as somebody who has a 12-year-old who does not look like a 12-year-old, no matter what the hell she puts on, it's kind of messed up to even put that on the child, right? Like my daughter can literally, and I'm sure Lil Red can attest to this. My daughter can be in just jeans, a flannel, and a t-shirt, and she's gonna look 16, 17 years old.
Mhm.
because she's a little taller than most of her class. She's built more than most of her class. And I think it's the same thing here with her. She's 12 years old, but I think she presents a little more though, because Blue is kind of tall like her dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She looked like her mom in the face. So she don't look like, no matter what you did, Blue is not gonna look like a little kid. Like even when Blue was on the tour and she had the jerseys on, like she literally just had jerseys and jeans on. She don't look like a little kid. She just don't. But I don't know. I don't think it's anything inappropriate in my opinion. But I see V Ray got something to say. What you think of V Ray?
Well, a few things. One, she looks like a kid appropriately dressed for the type of event that she went to. She just happened to be tall, like you said. She's pretty. Her mother and father are fucking billionaires and shit. So of course she ain't gonna present like somebody who's not a billionaire. She's with her parents at the damn event. You know what I'm saying? So all of that it comes into play to me. And then this is my soapbox for the internet motherfuckers today. Some people just need to mind their fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for fodder for everybody to comment on and like chime in and say, "Ooh, what's her mama thinking about?" and all that shit like that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a non-problem that people just want to pile on and just say what they hide behind their computers and say what they want to say. And it really, at the end of the day, just ain't your damn business to begin with. And you're wrong for what you're saying, in my opinion, because a kid looks like a kid that went to a formal.
Thank you, V. Shannon said, speaking from experience, I was a little more developed up top at 12. My mom made sure my attire was appropriate as not to draw unwanted attention. I get that, Shannon, but I don't think her attire is inappropriate. Yeah, I don't think it. Like V Ray said, you're at the Lion King premiere,
red carpet.
Yeah, the Lion King premiere red carpet. And specifically for the Lion King stuff, it's a lot more classy than a lot of your average red carpets. And I think she's super formal. I just think she's super formal. And like again, she's literally only showing shoulders. Like I don't see where it's inappropriate, in my opinion.
People acting like she went to the club afterwards.
In her drawers and shit.
Right. Like when I first heard all the uproar, I'm like, damn, let me see what she had on. I said,
yeah, I'm like, what the
like
hell?
somebody that's at the red carpet and like you said, and she's with her parents.
Right.
And if you watched her during the way she carried herself very classy. And I think that also has a lot to do with how you wear stuff, right? Like how you're carrying it. Like she was carrying it very, very in a very classy way. She said it's not a bad dress at all. It just has she has worldwide exposure. Well, yeah, I think that goes with what V Ray said. Like her parents are billionaires, so she's not ever probably gonna present like your average 12-year-old.
Yeah, she ain't gonna be in no damn what's some shoes that I hate, Crocs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking premiere. And if she did, niggas would be flaming her over that instead. So it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't scenario. If she came in like jeans and like some regular teenage shit, motherfuckers be like, how the fuck she gonna do that at a formal? You at the Lion King red carpet? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? Just y'all talk amongst yourselves and just hopefully they're raising her to just ignore that kind of shit because, these are adults coming after this little 11-year-old girl and shit like that. Just need some business for real.
Stephanie said at the end of the day, it's a matter of opinion and what works for you and what does not work for you. This might be looked at as inappropriate to someone who is heavily spiritual or religious, but not so much to someone who is more relaxed. You just have to do what works for you and not tell somebody what they need to do for theirs. If she's not being exploited or promoting, she open for business, there's no harm. Very well put, Stephanie.
Amen.
Very well put. Well, I think a good part of what Stephanie said is people putting their their beliefs and how they feel on her. Yeah, I think that's not cool. Sidebar, Mario is singing his ass off on The Masked Singer right now. He's singing I'm Your Baby Tonight by Whitney Houston. It's the finale between him and Boyz II Men. Damn, Boyz II Men was on Masked Singer this year. I might have to go watch this season. They had
Is he dressed slutty?
I fell off. They had so many damn seasons. I was like, it's too much. I couldn't keep up.
Yeah. Mario better watch his back and make sure he got on the right clothes. That's all I can say.
And lastly, before we get out of here, man, Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter
shit.
Like that
and
bitch.
his girlfriend has been making headlines because I
COVID.
guess the easiest way to say it is
Shit
she
about
has
the
been
money.
saying a lot of times being very bratty in public instances with
Seems.
Travis Hunter. I'm trying to be gracious here, Marv. She was at the Heisman Trophy ceremony and she got pissed that he was taking pictures with people. There was another instance where she was doing the interview, or I think Travis was doing the interview, and he was talking about how she was like kept telling him he ain't her type, like you ain't my type.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see all the videos? I'm
a lot of them. Yeah, go ahead, Rex. Walk us through some of it, Rex.
The Adidas stuff. Talk about the Adidas stuff.
The bit. I mean, the girl.
Yeah.
She
Let's keep it clean.
Fuck that bitch.
So basically, she came out with the video, whatever, trying to explain like, oh yeah, it's not like that, and I've been dating him for 5 years and such.
And he cheated on me.
He cheated on me for why? First of all, okay, hold on. First of all,
why you put his business out there, making it all
part.
about you? Oh, I'm
That
sorry.
part. But at the same time, why would you even want to say anything about a Heisman Nick that just got? Why would you even?
Because she's selfish. News?
But why would you fix your mouth to say anything? Second, you're supposed to be the number one cheerleader next to his mom. Like, you're exposing what, why, and what are you doing talking anyway? First of all,
also, did you see at the ceremony that
why is it Dion had
to? Why did he have to tell her to get up? And she explaining like, oh, we didn't explain. We had assigned seats, and I was happy. I already acknowledged him. No, you're gonna do it again on camera. What you got to do is make it look believable. If you don't want people to be talking about you and make y'all look stupid, make it look good. You look.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna. Oh, she would have been gone. No. Because first of all, you're not making a video saying I was never attracted to this guy and he was in my DMs and he sat outside for 5 hours at a party and waited for me to come outside. I was drunk and he don't drink, I drink, and my mom's black and no, she said my mom, my mom's black or something like that. We don't care about that. We don't give a fuck. Honestly. The videos, you're just digging a deeper hole and you making yourself look more stupid. Just shut up.
Yep.
It's over with. Like you making everybody look bad. Like you making him look bad.
She put a Jada Pinkett on him. Got him looking crazy.
Now
he's trying to defend her. Now he's like, y'all need to get a life, leave her alone. Da, da, da.
I don't know why Travis is trying to defend himself in this relationship. If this relationship is not gonna go far, my nigga, you been with her for 5 years. Do you see what's going on, bro?
Wait,
no,
this is what
you know how it is, Rex. When you in, you can't see it.
Shit,
he can't see it. He can't see it right now.
Oh shit.
Wait, they were together that long?
Yeah, that's what it. No, they've been together for 5 years.
Shannon said he wants to marry her.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. That's
the thing about it is like he's not the most visual appealing man. But the thing about it is like, you know, money tends to like suddenly make a nigga turn into Prince Charming.
She said it's not about money.
Bullshit.
I know. She
well, they said
a whole motherfucking money.
Her ring finger got a money sign on it.
Money sign on it.
Yo, they already got it in Vegas. They got it over and under like the breakup before or after the draft.
That's kind of cold.
That's crazy.
And you can see like Primetime's not feeling it, and
No,
he's
but he's just trying to be, the good father figure.
no, he's being the good father figure, but he's waiting for Travis to then approach him. Like, how do I handle this? Because here's the thing: if let's talk about the Adidas stuff. Let's focus on the Adidas stuff. You're there signing what could potentially be an endorsement deal as a pro,
Mm-hmm.
and the person that's supposed to be your quote unquote cheerleader is acting up,
Yeah.
acting the fool. Like, how long do we have to be here? How long are you going to be? Like, do we really have to do this? Like,
Take your ass on, man.
you do realize that this is potential capital that's going to come your way that you would benefit from, and yo, man, there's so many red flags with this chick.
Hey, yo, I don't know how he doing it.
No, what it is like, again, he's not the most
Sharpest tool in the shed.
He's not the most attractive guy.
He's not a face model. I'll just put it like that. He's not a face model. But at the same, and I don't, where he was, I don't think he was pulling the type of girl because
Right.
they didn't know the one. So
Right.
the fact that she jumped on it, he's like, oh, and he basically, was like,
she
oh, yeah.
ugly.
Dion, Ron said Dion is in a jelly bean talking about Kobe situation. Do I be honest and lose my child, or do you just let him learn the hard way and maintain a relationship?
But the Kobe situation was different because the Kobe situation was they felt that they were too young.
Yeah.
This is something completely different.
Yeah.
You think? See,
Like,
here's my position on this
Okay.
whole shit:
Mhm.
is that everybody that's commenting on this motherfucker don't really know shit about like what's going on inside of how they deal with each other, what the tone of the relationship is. Niggas
And they've
get
been together
sparked
5 years.
of an internet. One point they've been together 5 years and like trashing the old girl because some random nigga showed up in her DM something like, hey, you want to get lunch or whatever the fuck this nigga's line was and shit. And in the real world, fine chicks on the internet got motherfuckers sliding in their DMs 20 times a day and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to say, nigga, you're not my type, out of hand, out of, off cuff, it's not unusual and shit.
True.
So
True.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't say, oh man, she was on some bullshit, then she found out who he was, and then you don't even know that shit. Once she found out who he was, she's all on that nigga. If they've been together 5 years and shit,
Yeah.
that nigga was not even in college.
Right.
Lance said this couple will last for a while. Behind closed doors, they have an amazing relationship.
Let me
It could be. It could very well be.
Yeah, it could
so
be.
it's the same thing to me as everybody jumping on the bandwagon with
No.
Blue Ivy. It's like motherfuckers start talking all authoritatively and shit about the shit. They don't know jack shit about. Ain't never met neither one of these people in real life and shit. Don't know shit about them. You know what I'm saying? Does this girl come from money? You don't know. She might be rich. Her family might have money. Motherfuckers like this bitch trying to
Oh
get
no,
paid.
she do. Oh no, she
I'm
do.
just saying. I don't even know that. I'm just saying that there's so many sides that could come into play. And motherfuckers is like they got their damn banners out and shit, ready to march on this bitch's house, and don't even know the shit about her and shit. It's like, nigga, exhale. Like, find some business of your own and go hard like that on your own shit. And you know what I'm saying? Then you might be able to put yourself in a whole better position for some shit that is your fucking business.
And
But this
it's
shit,
long-winded
it's
and
just
shit.
like, it's entertainment like motherfucking like laughing niggas comments, but like motherfuckers like 95% of the people that's commenting on this shit don't know shit about neither one of them. They don't even live in America probably, you know what I'm saying?
But at
So
the same,
take a motherfucking pill and get a mirror out and look at that motherfucker for a minute.
but V, if this chick is coming out with videos in your face,
Let me say this. Let me say
Have you
this.
met her?
Let me say
what
this.
we gotta meet her for? If she's telling this shit in your face, she got videos of telling all of this shit, all
Rex,
of it.
I know she got the thing. I know the thing about her saying he wasn't her type and all
wait a
that.
minute.
I mean,
Let me
that
post
shit
something.
doesn't sound unreasonable to me. And even if it does, who gives a shit anyway? But I'm just saying.
Okay,
that-
let me say this. Okay. He is a professional athlete. athletes have women.
No, he's not. He's a college. He's
Oh
a
my
college.
God! Be right. Relax. He will be a professional athlete. Okay, you're going to have women that are going to be throwing. She has literally put it out as public knowledge. Oh, he cheated on me. Gold
He
digger
what?
alert. He's cheated on me.
Cheated on
She
me.
has literally put that out there.
She
So now
put that out.
you have those other women who are like, oh, okay, since you're like that, let me throw the thongs. Let me just.
Well, they gonna throw that anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna
Exactly.
throw that regardless. But
Exactly.
Like Shannon said, the comments are because of her actions and how she presents herself, and everyone wants to see Travis win. I get
that's
that.
all. That's all.
But people,
But also, let's
leave
all.
it up to their own interpretation.
I was gonna say, let's all
about it.
step back and look at when we were 17, 18,
Exactly.
and thought we were super in love with some terrible ass person. Like we all been there, and I think sometimes we forget.
Hell no.
Right.
I was
Because if they've been together 5 years, that means he was what, like 17, 18
Yeah,
when they met. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
An 18-year-old sliding into some chick's DMs ain't got shit to say. That's gonna be like, oh, I want to know him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So considering all that,
man.
5 years ago, not what's happening now, but
Lance
this
said
is
it's clickbait. He said it's clickbait too. Yeah,
absolutely.
but because
Thank
you
you,
know he
sir.
won the Heisman, he's on the forefront. Because it's funny, I didn't know till Rex just said it that they have been together for 5 years.
5 years. That's
Right.
what she said.
So the fact that this is kind of coming to the forefront now, like she probably been around. If she's been around for 5 years, then this
Since high
behavior
school.
ain't new to him.
At all, because he
You know
loves
what I'm
it.
saying? This like her bratty behavior at the Heisman has not been new to him. It's new to us.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not new to him. Like I didn't know they've been together
And
5
it's
years.
on
That
live
changed my
camera.
whole perspective on it. Like they've been together 5 years.
Yep.
That's what he like. My grandmama used to say, "You like it, I love it."
Love it. Yeah.
Shannon said, "No, not with someone clowning in my face." Lance
In
said
your
she's
face,
doing her job,
Sharon,
making his name relevant.
not his.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas be like fighting for this. I never let no chick do that. No, you wouldn't. Travis has been with this chick 5 years already.
Yeah,
You
Travis.
know what I'm saying? Since high school, clearly.
Shit.
Yeah.
He's like, wait till he meets Angel Reese. He won't be with her.
Oh
He may
Lord.
not. He may not. But I'm just saying, like the fodder that people are using now to like shoot guns at him and her is like you just quoting the last internet post that somebody else said some dumb shit or some bad shit about the lady and him or their relationship or
Wait till he
like you
meets.
said, Coach Prime ain't feeling it. You don't know what the fuck Coach Prime is
Shit.
feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Wait till he meets Scissor and her BBLs. Yeah, just wait on that.
I would comment on that, but no, I'm not.
They started dating in 2022. That's what I said. And then
At the end of a pandemic?
yeah, I mean, but regardless of when, it wasn't just now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
February,
he been
the
doing
amount of time that they've been popping up online. I mean,
Yeah.
popping up online.
yeah. So, I mean, that's I just want to get everybody's 2 cents on that. I appreciate all y'all perspectives. That's how we do. Before we get out of here, we're getting close to the goal for sending these drums to the Ghana Union in Africa to donate. It's right here in the comments. I mean, on the banner. Grayson's View for Cash App and Venmo. Send whatever you can. Grayson's View. We're trying to send these drums to Africa for these blind kids. There's 450 blind kids at the Ghana Union. We are about halfway there, so we got a little over $300. So we want to get the last $350 to send this drum set to the Ghana Union in Africa. 450 blind kids who live on the campus, learn on the campus, making music on the campus. And we, Grayson, the 11-year-old kid from here, he went to take some canes over there. And when he went to take some canes over there, he played on their drum set, and it was absolutely a travesty. They need a new drum set, man. So I'll put it in the comments as well if you want to donate. Grayson's View, Cash App, and Venmo. All right. If y'all want to donate whatever y'all can, but we just want to try to get these drums out there for the kids before Christmas. So that means we got to try to ship these joints out rather soon. Hopefully. Go ahead, Marsh.
Oh, I also want to just say speedy congratulations to the two-time in-season tournament winner, Darvin Ham.
He won what was it? What did he win?
Black excellence.
The dumbass in-season tournament for the NBA where they just have like a random ass tournament in the middle of the season that don't even count towards your record just to make some more money.
Oh, that was dumb. Last year this time. Yo, we back.
Ron said I sent my funds directly to him. Yeah, yes. They were confirmed, Ron. Your funds sent to them were confirmed. So thank you so much for your donation. Like I said, anybody else watching, if you get a chance, donate to Grayson's View $10, $20, $50, $100, whatever you can, because we really want to send these drums to these kids over in Africa for Christmas. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining us on our show, man. Thank everybody for watching Wild Thoughts. We will be back next week, and we depend. Oh, go ahead,
next Wednesday is Christmas, so we want to do it.
So we won't be here next Wednesday. Yeah, we won't be.
So let's do it early. Let's do a little early. You know what I'm saying?
No, nigga, I ain't working on Christmas.
All right, well, fuck it, man. Happy holidays, everybody.
Oh, that's right. You a Christmas baby.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Well, happy holidays, everybody. Hope y'all have a happy holidays.
Hey, Ron said you sound like her agent, V-Ray.
Don't give me no ideas, Ron. Shit, I ain't working. What was that last one? I didn't see that. On my damn phone. That screen is small as hell.
Oh, V-Ray gets mad when we give our 2 cents.
No, I love it. Man. I welcome the 2 cents. It's a point counterpoint thing. I ain't mad.
All right, man. Thank everybody for happy holidays. And speaking of happy holidays, go get that Wild Bunch matching pajamas added to y'all holiday playlist. Wild Bunch matching pajamas out now everywhere you stream, but go buy it. So what we was talking about early, go buy it and then stream it. Wild Bunch matching pajamas. Go ahead, Mars.
And then for those that need like any like Christmas gift ideas, mustard.
I think Kendrick Lamar's paying him, man.
Right. He's like the academics on our show, like how academics was for Drake. All right, man. Thank everybody. This was a great show. Thank everybody in the comments. I had a ball. We will see y'all next time.
Stop the world, let me off. I don't like this destination. I like a transfer to the express line. I gotta get off. Electric slide into the devil doors of life. Things are changing and it ain't the way I like. On the replay, wish I could get a replay. Don't mean to hold ya, but I wanna do over. Gas up the ship, shoot me a text and let me know